Good morning. This is Miss Maggie T with Lush Exchange. And if you're new to the channel, I want you to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss another post from me. But I definitely want to get into today's motivational quote, your daily vitamin, if you will. And this one is about making those tough decisions. And I know that's difficult for a lot of people. And I know you probably thought about something that you need to do and you were just too afraid to do so. This is your motivation to finally do it. Of course, I always start you guys off with the daily quote. True strength is doing what you know is right when you really don't want to. It's those tough decisions, though, that will make you a better person, and it will change the outcome of something that's most important to you. So don't be afraid to do so. If you feel like it's best for you, best for business, then you do it. So I want to get into some tips on how to make that happen. What are some ways to make life-changing decisions? Personal, business, all the above. Most people don't know the profound effects of making life decisions. Oftentimes, we go through life oblivious to what thoughts we are thinking and what actions we are taking. Every single decision we make in our days shapes our current reality. Some people just live through life blindly and just accept it and keep going. But it shapes who we are as a person because we habitually follow through with the decisions we make without even realizing it. If you're unhappy with the results in your life right now, making the effort to changing your decisions starting today will be the key to creating the person you want to be and the life you want to have in the future. So you have to make that effort. You have to take that step. So let's talk about some ways you can go about making those decisions. Realize the power of decision making. Before you start making a decision, you have to understand what a decision does. Any decision that you make causes a chain of events to happen. When you decide to pick up a cigarette to smoke it, that decision might result in you picking up another one later on because it made you feel good. After the day, you may have gone through a pack without even knowing it. But if you decide not to smoke that first cigarette and make a decision every 5 minutes to focus your attention somewhere else or on something better, when you get that craving, after you do it for so many times, your cravings will eventually subside and you will become smoke-free. But it comes down to making that very first decision of deciding whether or not to pick up that cigarette. And basically what that means is we have to calculate everything that we do. If you know it's not the best decision for you, what is stopping you from, making that decision? What's holding you back? Is it fear? Go with your gut. Oftentimes, we take too much time to make a decision because we're afraid of what's going to happen. As a result of this, we go through things like careful planning, deep analysis, and pros and cons before deciding. This is a very time-consuming process. And sometimes it can prolong it longer than it needs to be. Instead, learn to trust your gut instinct. For the most part, your first instinct is usually the one that is correct or the one that you truly wanted to go with. Now, even if you end up making a mistake, going with your gut still makes you a more confident decision maker compared to someone who takes all day to decide. You have to trust that inner person. If it's something in you saying, you know what, this is what I need and want to do, this is what needs to happen, go with it. Take that chance on it. Just do it. Carry your decision out. When you make a decision, act on it. Commit to making a real decision. What is a real decision? This is when you decide on something that the decision is carried out through action. Some people just talk about what they need to do, but they don't act on it. It's pointless to make a decision and have it played out in your head, but not doing anything about it. That's the same as not making a decision at all. If you want to make real changes in life, you have to make it a habit to apply action with your decision until it's completed. By going through this so many times, you will feel more confident with accomplishing the next decision that you have in mind. So, decision making gets easier as time goes on. You're more confident in doing it, and you feel better because you're doing it in your best interest, what's best for business, etc. Tell others about your decisions. There's something about telling other people what we're going to do that makes us follow through, because we feel that we have to at this point, or we're seeking for some advice from somebody that's unbiased to your situation and can help you, come to a conclusion on that decision. Basically, let's say, for instance, you're trying to wake up early. And you know that it's hard for you. But if you make a conscious effort into telling somebody, hey, I think I'm going to get up at 6 a.m. and you put that out there, that's what they're expecting of you to do. Now, do these people care? Probably not. But just the fact that there might be someone else out there seeing if you're telling the truth will give you enough motivation to follow through with your decision. So sometimes putting it out there into words, knowing that if you do so, that you have to follow up on it, it makes it happen, because now you're obligated to do so. They can help. They can help. So just tell somebody about what you're going to do, because they're going to follow back up with you like, hey, did that thing happen? And if you haven't, it's like, oh, well, you wasn't serious then. Learn from your past decisions. Even after I failed to follow through my decision the first time when I told people I was going to wake up early and stay up, I didn't give up. I basically asked myself, what can I do this time to make it work tomorrow? The truth is, you are going to mess up at times when it comes to making decisions. Instead of beating yourself up over it, learn something from it. Ask yourself, what was good about the decision I made? And what was bad about it? What can I learn from it so I can make a better decision next time? Remember, don't put so much focus on short-term effects. Instead, focus on the long-term effects. Maintain a flexible approach. I know this might sound a little odd, but making a decision doesn't mean that you can't be open to other options. For example, let's just say you made a decision to lose 10 pounds by next month through cardio. If something comes up, you don't have to just do cardio. You can be open to losing weight through different methods of dieting as long as it helps you reach your goal in the end. Don't be stubborn to seek out only one way of making a decision. Embrace any new knowledge that brings you closer to accomplishing your initial decision. So basically, weigh out all your options. Look at the pros and cons of that decision and go with the best solution. Can you live with that decision? Can you fix it? Is it a decision that you can work out? Or is it really truly something that you really have to make a change in and get rid of? So just sit down and analyze things. Have fun making those decisions. Finally, enjoy the process. I know decision making might not be the most fun thing in the world to do, but when you do it often, it becomes a game of opportunity. You'll learn a lot about yourself on the way you feel and become a lot more confident when you're with yourself and around others. And making decisions will just become a lot easier after you do it so often that you won't even think about it. Anything you decide to do from this point or can have a profound effect later on. Opportunities are always waiting for you. Examine the decisions that you currently have in the day. Are there any that can be changed to improve your life in some way? Are there any decisions that you can make today that can create a better tomorrow? If the answer is yes, then you know what you need to do. You have to break that fear. You have to look at what is in your best interest. It's when we don't act, is when the problem persists and continue, and you're stressed about it, and it's causing problems on you. You have to be strong. You have to be willing to make those unpopular decisions. And it might not go over everybody's head right away, but you have to stand in that decision with no regrets, knowing you made that right decision that was best for you. Some decisions in life are harder to make, but with this advice, you can trust yourself more even when you're making some of the most important decisions. Making a decision is the only way to move forward. So remember, any decision is better than none at all. Feeling lost and out of control. If you aren't taking any action to turn your life now, chances are you will live the same routine for the rest of your time. Maybe life is uncertain for you now, but you're capable to take back control of your life. Understanding your strengths and weaknesses in life will help you identify what you need to work on in order to live a fulfilling life. You have to do what's best for you and nobody else. And don't let anybody else sway your decision. It's your decision at the end of the day. Okay? You have the final say. But that's all I got for you guys. Just let me know how you feel about this message, and I hope it helps you become more confident in making that decision. And I know some of these decisions can hurt you. And you got to think about it. You know, not all decisions are easy. It's not. But you have to do it in order to get to the next level. Okay? Until the next time, my people, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and just let me know if you've had to go through those tough decisions. Tell me about it. Appreciate you guys. This is Maggie T with Lush Exchange, and I'm out. Peace. Oh, and have a good morning.